What's up everyone, in this video we're gonna have a look at the last dev update about Void Hunters. And looks like on this one, they say they're gonna show a little bit more than usual this time. So keep your eyes open and see what you can spot along the way. So it's the first time I'm gonna watch this. I watched like the first 15 seconds and then I decided I'm gonna do a react video to this and see if I can spot on some of the little more than usual they usually show.
Hello.
So let's go.
Jakub here from the design team and the narrative team. Today, me and Olga, on behalf of the whole narrative team, which also includes Max and Arthur, will speak about the overall tone of the game, basics of the world design, and most
some of the things I already said on my previous video from the interview,
dark fantasy fans, we play games
which is
like
dark fantasy game inspired on Dark Souls, Dark Dungeon, and Elden Ring.
We aim to introduce this darker, sinister tone into the hero collector genre.
Oh, look, this boss looks awesome. I don't think this boss was available on the test version, but you guys can see it's a big boss with some more like enemies on the side. There's a health bar, so I guess we need to kill those as well.
Darker,
this one looks huge, right?
Demands that the world is more grounded and serious. And if the world is more grounded and serious, then basic conflict of good versus evil.
Yeah, good versus evil.
Some shades of grey. And this is exactly how our hunters are designed.
Alright. These hunters will be new hunter?
Shades of Grey I have built mostly around the basic concept of surviving in a dying world. And surviving in a dying world requires dealing with the void and fighting the void. There are
really nice design.
Interpretations and various understandings of what the void is and how the void can be fought, if anyhow. And in terms of the hero collection, this translates to factions, where, for example, the Holy Order understands the void and manages the void in an absolutely totally different way than, for example, seasoned void hunters. Then we can go further to factions like the Moon.
Oh, this
or the
this looks pretty cool.
But we will record a separate
separate vlog. All right. I was already getting excited.
This way. The story will obviously take you both through this main conflict between the world and the void, but it will also take you through the conflict between characters of vastly divergent viewpoints. You might remember from the alpha build characters like Twist and Tomas.
Yeah.
And these characters will obviously take part in further parts of the story, and there will also be more story.
Yeah, I've got this one.
Various points of views, and some of them will even be quite morally ambiguous. Together with learning the story of our protagonists and their arc through the main conflict and the characters they meet, the story will also let you explore the game lore. And here you might find some answers to riddles and mysteries of the world, like what it is, how and when it was created. What is the genesis of the stone grasps and Galen stones? Are they anyhow related to the void? You might find answers to at least some of these riddles, but you will have to search.
Alright.
Hi,
that's
my name is Olga and I'm a narrative designer here at Artifex Mundi. Let me tell you a little bit about the technical side of writing the story for Void Hunters. After many brainstorming sessions, we end up with a list of bullet points that details the most crucial plot points that have to happen for there even to be a story. Then we map them onto a timeline and make sure that they fit the 3-act story structure. Based on that, we create a very short synopsis, around 1 page long, that describes the story in very general broad strokes. This document undergoes many iterations, but once the team is satisfied with the general direction of the story, it's time for our writers to lock themselves in a metaphorical writer's room and prepare the treatment. So for example, where the synopsis tells us that in the beginning of the game, the Void Hunters have to find a very important artifact, which is our inciting incident, the treatment is going to tell us much more about it. We now know who those Void Hunters
are. Okay, let's just have a quick look here. Okay, I don't see anything new.
Bomor and Nadia. What the artifact is. We also know where they find it, and we know that they come across it by accident, not by looking for it. Then the treatment goes on to tell us what happens between this inciting incident and the next plot point. This is also where the side plots get weaved into the main plot. While we already have a lot of information by this point, we still don't have any dialogue, and we still have a few steps.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so it just text is there's no audio.
to complete before we get there.
All right.
As a narrative designer, it is my responsibility to make sure that the plot and the gameplay work together and not against each other. With all this information, we can now map the story events onto
Makes
the
sense.
gameplay locations and choose the narrative tools that we want to use to
All right, yeah. I remember some sort of these maps. Okay, so I guess this is all the maps dormitory. Okay, lab, treasury, barricades, yeah,
invade.
storage.
The majority of the story is going to take place during the campaign.
Another one.
So now we have to create the campaign location.
Oh, deep forest. Yeah, remember all of these maps, I guess, or they are just very similar. Yeah, one of the exits.
That will correspond to the events of the story. From the production standpoint, we have a ballpark figure of how many combat encounters we want the campaign to consist of. We then create a graph that shows the general topography of the campaign location and shows which nodes are where. We then decide whether specific campaign locations should be longer or
I think like the design of this game is it's like they have like a really good basis. Okay, let's see. Okay, that I don't see with no defeated allies. Yeah, quite the same.
Can help us with the pacing. So when we have a location that is very lore heavy or where many important events have to take place, it's probably going to be longer than where we don't have that much to tell you. Once the location is designed, we can choose which dialogue is going to happen at which node. Dialogue can be
that's
used in a
interesting.
variety of ways. So for example, you can have a dialogue that takes place before the encounter even begins. This doesn't necessarily mean that we can pack every encounter full of dialogue and just be done with it. Because, for example, it would be pretty weird if Leo and Nadia suddenly started to discuss philosophy in between enemy waves. And would Leo even be discussing philosophy? This is also something that we have to consider.
I feel like they already looked a bit more polished.
Before writing the dialogue. Every story character is there for a reason, and they bring different experiences and different
so cool.
perspectives.
The designs are just
Writing the
insane.
dialogue, we have to take into consideration what their background is. Their speech patterns are going to be affected by many different things. For example, Galen, who is very educated and, let's be honest, a little bit nerdy, is going to talk in a very flowery, erudite way. This is not the way Leo is going to be talking, as he is much more informal.
Oh, that's interesting, yeah.
He has
It's like every character has their own personality.
Okay, now we finally have everything we need to start writing the dialogue. Like everything connected to the story, the dialogues undergo many iterations. Then the lines are added to the game itself, and we play through each of the levels multiple times to make sure that everything fits the context, that the lines flow naturally, that there are no weird moments where the dialogue assumes that the player knows something already where it had never been mentioned, and the majority of the story is conveyed through story dialogue. There are also some other tools we can use to expand on what the dialogue.
Oh, nice, that's the character bio. Okay, so it tells a little bit of the story. So for the ones that are more into the lore, this gives you like a lot of information. So yeah, this is the Vilk, the wolf, yeah. Looks pretty cool.
For example, character bios can have some additional
Another one, Jagyas.
Information on their backstories and what makes them tick. And while it was absent in the open alpha, we're also going to have a lore system for those of you who like to go a bit more.
Yeah, so lore system, if you want to go more in depth.
The lore of the world.
In the alpha
That's quite cool.
You could only play a few campaign locations. When the game will be released, there will be 3 times more. And this is
3 times more. 3 times more, that's huge, because we already had a lot. So 3 times more, I don't know what's this. Let's stop it. 3 times more, it's quite a lot. I mean, really excited for this game. We don't have any announcement for the next test. Probably going to take a while, but these dev updates are quite nice to see and to watch, to know what will be the next step and the way they are working.
Hello?
So this is it. Yeah, this was a reaction video about the story shapes, locations, and character dark fantasy. So hope you guys been enjoying all the content I've been releasing, all the news about this game. I'm really excited. Hope you guys are excited as well. And as always, don't forget, leave your like, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.